Hey guys, if you want term limits in Congress, go to this page right there and sign that petition for term limits. It's the only way you're going to have real change. And I'm not just saying this to one side, I'm saying this to all sides. Republican, conservative, left, whatever you are. If you want true change, you don't have to set term limits because these guys get in here and they get set in their ways. They become professional career politicians and they keep getting voted in year after year after year. And I have to tell you, when this country was first founded, there were term limits on Congress and Senate and all that. They had term limits. You served so much, and then you had to go, and then the new face got in because new ideas. As America grows, you need more new ideas. You can't just be stuck in the past. And these career politicians, and it's Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Adam Schiff, and Jerry Nadler, Mitt Romney, Lindsey Graham, and that other dude that his house keeps getting protested in front of, I can't remember, Mitch McConnell. You know, these guys, they're both on Republican and Democrat side. Some of them are far left dingbats, but you know what I mean. And you got to set term limits on these guys. Do you want somebody like AOC and Ilhan Omar in there? Ilhan Omar sells stuff to Qatar, American information. It's been on the internet. There was a guy that was talking about it on there, but I don't know if he's still on YouTube or not. But you can look it up. But it's the only way you're going to get real change. There's just no other way to do it. I mean, you got to go sign a petition. You want it done. It should be on a ballot. But it's not going to get done until we stand up and say we want it done. That's just both sides, folks. It ain't just one side. I'm telling both sides this. Go sign that petition. If you want real change, you're going to have to do something because you're not going to get that change as long as Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, and all these career politicians are in there. And the change that you want can't be from AOC because she's a dingbat. Her and that Rashida Tlaib are just in there for game, just for show. That's it. They don't know what they're doing. They need to get out now. But yeah, this is where you can go. And I don't know. I'll let you read it here. Let's do it.
Congress was meant to be a citizen legislature. Our representatives were supposed to go to Washington, serve for a short time, then return to live under the laws they made. This vision has been lost. Congress is now a haven for career politicians who put their own power, perks and privileges ahead of public service. Even worse, they are impossible to unseat thanks to cozy connections with lobbyists and special interests. This broken system needs repair. U.S. Term Limits is fighting to call a convention under Article V of the Constitution to propose an amendment for term limits on the U.S. House and Senate. If we do not act now, we may never be able to bring back government of, by and for the people. Congress has a 17% approval rating, but a 95% re-election rate. That's because our elected leaders can abuse their power to keep away electoral challenges, which transfers power away from citizens and into the hands of unaccountable career politicians. Won't you help us break this cycle by signing the online petition below? Whereas, Congress ratings are at an historic low point, and whereas, the American people no longer trust career politicians who run for re-election over and over again, and whereas, members of Congress seem to care more about pandering to campaign contributors and special interest groups than representing their constituents. And whereas election rules and government power have been perverted so that it has become almost impossible for the people to vote their elected representatives out of office. And whereas 82% of the American people support term limits. And whereas Congress will not vote for an amendment to term limit itself. And whereas Article V of the Constitution allows for states to bypass Congress to propose the amendment through convention. And now, therefore be it resolved, that I do hereby support a term limits convention to enact a constitutional amendment for term limits on members of the U.S. Senate and on members of the House of Representatives. Email address as...
There you guys go. You can go to that site and get back up here. So you can go to that site and sign that petition. So we can try to get this in the law. So we can try to get this signed into law and get this petition out there. And share this petition with everybody. I mean, share it everywhere you go. Because these people are getting too comfortable in their seats. We need term limits, and we're not going to get them. You heard it, even if you vote for a different person, these high-ranking House Representatives and Senate, they buy votes. They have these corporations and lobbyists, and some of them are even out of country and it's illegal. Support these people, give them money, and they figure out ways to get the other candidates running against them out of the race. They lie, they cheat, they steal, all to keep their rich pockets filled. The longer you're in Congress, the more money you can make from these long-term lobbyists. They hand them money, hand over fist to go vote their way on certain things. And that goes on both sides. They ain't just on one, but the majority is on the Democratic side. These far left dingbats, Nancy Pelosi, she's got more money than anybody. She's probably one of the richest women in America. And supposedly she got that way on the salary of a congresswoman. That's bullcrap. She's stealing money. Where do you think all that money from? For San Diego or wherever she's from, San Francisco, San Diego, whatever. Where do you think it's going? For her district. Yeah. You go in her pocket with her buddies. This is where you can go if you want to get something done. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but if you want real change, you got to get these career politicians out of office. They ain't going to change until you do. There ain't going to be no change until you do. You can go out and riot in the streets all you want, burn down every damn building you want. As long as these seated politicians are in there and stuck in their seat, you ain't getting no change. Change comes with new faces. Your voice is what they're supposed to be listening to. We're supposed to be listening to the American people, not these lobbyists, not these big corporations. We're supposed to be listening to you, and they're supposed to be doing what you want them to do. They're not. They're filling their pockets they do whatever, whoever wants to fill their pockets with money, that's who they're going to go for. That's who they're going to listen to. They ain't listening to you, the people. They're listening to these big corporation lobbyists. Inside America and outside. If you want change, you're going to have to sign this petition for term limit. That's the only way you're going to get it. The only way you're going to get it. A lot of these politicians won't leave office, and they'll stay in there as long as they can keep getting in there. and they'll keep the same old crap. They tell you they're going to change. Oh, we hear the American people, but then they don't. Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, they lie. They don't hear you. Well, they hear you, but they're not going to listen to you. They're only doing that now because every election year they say that. They say that they're going to listen to the American people and they want that. They don't. Listen, folks. If you're a Democrat, you're being lied to. If you're a Republican, you're being lied to by those rhinos. If you're far left, you're crazy. You need to get away from that group. And that group consists of Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Schiff and Nader and AOC and Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar. Those are all far left crazy bats. They need to go. They need to have term limits. Their time's up. Nancy Pelosi has been there all her life. Chuck Schumer's been in there for most of his career, adult life. And they need to go. Jerry Nadler's been in there forever. He needs to go. You ain't going to get no change with those old goats. If you think you're getting change with Joe Biden, you better think again. You ain't getting nothing with old Joey Biden, old Sleepy Joe. You ain't going to get no change with him. He's going to take you back to the Obama era. So go ahead and vote for him. If you want to keep your taxes, you'll vote for Trump. If you want to, because Biden already said he's going to delete everything Trump did. So you businesses out there, you're going back up to 38% sales tax. They're going to tax you 38% if Biden gets in there. Think about that, because he wants your business to go back overseas to China. He wants China to be the world power. And if you don't believe that, dig a little deeper. Him and his son both were cozy to China. His son's crazy with Russia and that other place where he was getting that money. But he got money from China too, and Russia. And he got money from that other country that he was in the power business or whatever it was, energy. They don't know nothing about. Joe Biden's an idiot. He went out there and said it was debunked. It wasn't debunked. Look it up. It ain't been debunked. Joe's lying. It's old lying Joe. Lying Joe Biden. That's all it is. But if y'all want to go and sign this petition, I'm sure we can get something done on both sides. And I'm talking to both sides. I ain't just talking to the Republican side or conservative. I'm talking to you Democrats, you guys that support the Democrat Party, you guys that support the far left party, you guys that support the rhinos and the Republicans, conservatives, all of you. I'm talking to all of you as a whole. Go sign this petition. We can get change. It's the only way we're going to get change if there's term limits. These lobbyists don't want term limits. They want these long-term professional crooks in office to do their beck and call. And it's time that the people got that back. The people of the United States deserve a voice on both sides. And you ain't going to get it through violence. Sorry to tell you that, BLM and Antifa. You're not going to get change through violence. You're only making things worse. You need to step back, think about what you're doing, get term limits petitions signed, promote a term limit petition, I'm not going to do BLM, promote a term limit position. Spread it around, get your people to sign it, get your group to sign it. Let's get out of this violence. If you want change, do the petition. It starts there. All right, guys. Hope y'all sign it.